We're going to go through executive. We have 4 executive reports.
Move consent agenda on executive reports.
Second that.
Moved by Councillor Brenner, second by Councillor Butt, that items 10.1, 2, 3, and 4 be approved. Items be pulled. Councillor Robinson.
I'd like to pull 10.1, 10.2, 10.4. And is 11.1 part of that? No.
We're not there yet.
Right, so 10.1, 10.2, and 10.4 is my polls, please.
Okay, any other polls? That leaves 10.3. Let's call the question. That one, all those in favor? Opposed, that item is carried. Councillor Robinson, poll on 10.1. The approval of the proposed schedule of meetings.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. On July 1st, 2023, strong mayor powers were extended to the city of Pickering. And although, with all due respect again, Mr. Mayor, during the campaign trail, you sternly said no, that you would not accept these powers. Now, in less than 2 months of receiving these powers, I think this is now, correct me if I'm wrong, are we on 6, 7, or 8 times invoking the strong mayor powers? I find this highly undemocratic, as do many of the taxpayers here in the city of Pickering. The corporation of the city of Pickering and all of us on council speak of openness, transparency, and accountability.
Councillor?
Yes.
I'm going to bring you to order. The motion before us is the council committee agenda. So speak to the committee agenda, please.
I am speaking to the agenda, if I can have a little bit of leeway, because this is leading up to why I don't think that we should be passing the committee agenda. So I'm almost there, if you give me just another moment. Yes, and so I'm just going to redo that last line. The corporation of the city of Pickering and all of us on council speak to openness, transparency, and accountability, and yet we are doing just the opposite if the schedule passes tonight. And I understand that we need to have a schedule passed, but we also have 3 more months of this calendar year to do so. I see several problems with passing this tonight. And I just wanted to mention them. Firstly, the lack of accountability if we pass this agenda. By excluding council from the budget drafting process, the mayor may have unchecked authority over financial decisions. This will reduce the accountability as there is no democratic oversight or input from us as elected representatives at this time. Secondly, this creates limited representation. Council members are elected to represent the diverse interests and needs of the community. If we are not involved in the budget drafting process, the perspectives of different segments of the population may not be adequately considered, leading to an imbalance of resource allocation. Thirdly, there is a huge potential for bias. With the mayor having sole authority over budget drafting, there is an increased risk of personal biases or political considerations influencing financial decisions. This can undermine the fairness and partiality of budget allocations. There is also reduced transparency. When the council is excluded from drafting budget process, transparency can be compromised. Without proper checks and balances, there is a higher risk of corruption, favoritism, and the manipulation of public resources for personal gain. The public may have limited access to information about how budget decisions are made, making it difficult to understand and scrutinize the financial priorities of their government. Not including us in the draft budget plan process also leads to missed opportunities for collaboration. Budget drafting is our opportunity as elected officials to engage in meaningful discussions, negotiate priorities, and find consensus. By excluding the council, a strong mayor may miss out on valuable insights, ideas, alternative perspectives that could lead to a better budget outcome. I think it is crucial to strike a balance between the powers of the strong mayor and the involvement of the council in budget drafting. Collaboration, transparency, and accountability are vital for the effective governance and ensuring that the budget reflects the needs and aspirations of the community. In closing, excluding the council from the budget drafting process raises significant concerns about the erosion of the democratic values, the concentration of the power, the lack of representation, the potential for abuse, and the diminished role of citizen participation are all distressing signs of an undemocratic system. This lacks transparency, openness, and accountability, and reflects poorly on all of us, Mr. Mayor, not only you, but council and the corporation of the city of Pickering as a whole. I would also ask Madam Clerk if we could also have a recorded vote on this item. I would appreciate that. And I do understand that once the budget is done by yourself and the CAO, and which other staff that you choose to use when excluding the council, that we will have a chance to go over it and make any amendments if we have. But I mean, I still think that we need to be part of the budget process to make it fair and democratic for everybody. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor. I'm not sure if I had to repeat what I said last time. It is my intent to use the strong payers power to prepare a budget. I did indicate there will be an opportunity for public engagement. I met with staff today about how that will be done. There certainly will be input from council in regards to their priorities and how that will be reflected in the budget. And again, there is an opportunity for council, once they receive it, to amend it. Last year's budget was for 5 point something budget increase. I can assure you it was 5 point something, if I recall, 5.14. I can assure you it'll be lower than that this year as a mayor's budget. Councillor Cook, did I see your hand? Yes.
I just wanted to ask a clarifying question, and perhaps this is to the clerk. What would occur should we not accept the committee and council meeting schedule as presented for 2024, since we're running out of meetings for the balance of the year? Procedurally, what occurs if this does not take place this evening?
Through you, Mayor Ash, to Councillor Cook. Councillor Cook, our procedure bylaw outlines basically when we hold our meetings. So the schedule is put together as a transparency tool so that we can show the public our meetings a year in advance. It also gives members the ability to plan and prepare for those meetings. So despite adopting the schedule, the bylaw already lays out when we will meet. But the schedule is a tool that we've been using for quite some time so that we have those dates set well in advance.
Great, thank you, appreciate that.
Any further debate? Being none, Councillor Robinson's asked for a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, can you do a roll, please?
Councillor Robinson?
No.
Councillor Brenner?
Yes.
Councillor Butt?
Yes.
Councillor Cook?
Yes.
Councillor Nagy?
Yes.
Mayor Ash?
Yes.
Your Worship, that's carried 5-1.
Thank you.